Over the last couple months, I talked about two macros, protein and carbs. And just recall that protein has very specific roles, namely in muscle protein synthesis, which is the body's ability to build and maintain muscle, where carbohydrates have key roles in efficient and effective energy production. This month, I'm going to talk about fat and some of the key roles fat has in the body, and specifically two very important essential fatty acids. You've probably heard of them. They're called omega-3 fats, and I'll go into that in a little bit more detail. So this month, I'm going to talk a little bit about fat. Okay. Now, fat has several key roles in the body, ranging from long-term energy production and storage to the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins. And yes, that literally means you need dietary fat to absorb vitamins, specifically A, D, E, and K, hormone production, and brain health. The specific category of fats I want to cover today are called omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA, eicosapentaenoic acid and docosahexaenoic acid. Try to say those a few times fast. Just know they're very important. Our bodies don't make these fats, so we actually have to obtain them from dietary sources. Milo, boo. Do you have a ball? You do. So these fats play very specific roles in regulating inflammatory responses, as well as cardiovascular function, blood pressure, cholesterol regulation, and promoting healthy aging. I love this guy. He's just making this so much better. Thanks, Milo. It's been found recently, but I would argue over the last 20 years plus, that the majority of Americans have blood levels that fall well below the acceptable level for EPA and DHA levels. And you have to ask yourselves why. We have access to an abundance of food and supplementation. So why is that? To look at that, you go, okay, well, how do you get these fats, EPA and DHA, in your diet? Well, they come from fatty fish sources like salmon, sardines, mackerel, and occasional supplementation. So you have to ask yourself, well, how many of you get salmon, sardines, and mackerel in your diet multiple times a week? And the answer is probably once a week, maybe every now and then. Certainly sardines, I've been made fun of for packing sardines around at the range, but that's another story. So those are really some of the reasons from a food availability standpoint, is people that don't always have access to fresh, high-quality seafood. Then there's considerations on toxic chemicals in the environment and the impact on seafood. Then we have taste preferences, considerations on cost, etc. So it becomes easy to understand why probably most Americans have dietary levels that fall below this level that's accepted for optimal health. So then the next question becomes, well, what do you do about it? Because as discussed earlier, EPA and DHA are vital to our health and for all sorts of things related to immune function and metabolic regulation. How do we address this problem? I hate to break it to you, but the best approach really and truly is to be aware of fatty fish intake over the course of the week. So do your best to get multiple servings of salmon or mackerel, or even jump into the world of sardines. Additional plant-based sources are useful. Flax meal it's okay. Your body can convert flax meal into omega-3 in that pathway, but it's not that efficient. But you can add flax meal to your shakes or to your salads. Green leafy veggies are another okay source, but I would also encourage you to look into high-quality omega-3 supplementation. So fish oil supplementation is one. And if you've got any questions about this, please don't hesitate to reach out. Ladies and gents, at the end of the day, just know that essential fatty acids, specifically omega-3 fats, are super important for your health. If you take a look at your diet, it might be very, very deficient in these fats. And if you eat a high carbohydrate processed diet, or you are leaning towards vegan vegetarianism, that can become an issue. And best dietary sources are going to be a combination of food and intelligent supplementation. So I hope that keeps these fats on your radar and start to look at how you get these in your diet over the course of the week. And Milo agrees. Thanks, buddy. Thank you.